All right. So let's develop some Android applications. So before we can even do that, we need the tool that we can use. And our tool of choice is going to be Android Studio. So a simple Google search for the Android Studio download would bring you to the Android Studio site. And the reason why we're choosing Android Studio is because currently it is the best development environment for Android applications. So when you arrive at the Android Studio site, it may or may not look something like this, depending on the time you access the site. But typically, you will see a download button. And by clicking that download button, you will get an installer that is specific to your machine. Okay, so now that Android Studio is downloaded onto my machine, I'm going to run the installer. Okay, so here, ensure that Android virtual device is selected. This will allow us to be able to run or test the app directly on our computer using an emulator. Yes, we may not have a physical device to test on all the time, so it's useful to have this virtual device. So you hit next. Right now, I'm happy with my installation location, so I'm going to hit next again, and then finally install. Okay, so now it's completed, so I'm going to launch the Android Studio application. So you may see something like this asking you if you want to import settings. So since I have no settings to import, I'm just going to click do not import settings and then OK. Okay, so now you're going to be asked about some preferences, and you can select the responses based on your preference. For me, I'm going to select the standard installation, and my preference for the theme, I'm going to select light. And for the purposes of this tutorial, we want to see things clearly, so I'm just going to choose light. So I'm happy with these installation settings, so I'm just going to hit next. So in order to proceed, you need to accept the agreements for both, and then you can hit finish. Okay, so will take a while to download and install all the components, but once that is done, I'm just going to hit finish, and you should see a welcome screen like this. Okay, so now we are ready to build our app.